So I've been involved in this fight for a long time. I was the author of the now law for requiring criminal background checks on gun sales. And also the longtime author in the past of the law that Representative Fraser was the final author to establish red flag laws, which we now have in Minnesota as well, which we're proud of that. And I work outside the legislature as a prosecutor in Ramsey County, and I can tell you that I see every day the impact of guns in our community. I specialize in domestic violence cases, and I see, especially in those circumstances, where a gun can really change the equation and introduce a lot of danger. We're at the Capitol. I want to provide just a little bit of legislative political history, maybe something to maybe provide some hope to many of us. So it was just about 6 years ago, the Parkland shooting, mid-February of 2018, and I was the author of those two bills I just mentioned, and we forced a hearing to have those bills heard in the Minnesota House, and unfortunately they got blocked by the Republicans who controlled the House. Yep, real bad. But you know what happened is, you all organized, we all organized, and that fall, you elected a gun sense majority in the Minnesota House in fall 2018. Yes, you did. And then what happened is the people who were elected went in and they passed criminal background checks and red flag laws, just like you demanded. That was great. Yep, good. Here's the problem, though. The Minnesota Senate at the time was controlled, so I'm going to move here, was controlled by folks who were not a gun sense majority. So what did you do? You organized, and you organized, and you organized, and in 2022, you elected a gun sense majority in the House and the Senate, and a governor, and those three passed those two laws. We now have criminal background checks in Minnesota and red flag laws in Minnesota. And what did they say along the way as those were going, right? They said, oh, no, we don't need those things. We said, wait a second. Shouldn't it be that when a gun changes hands, we know that the person who's receiving it doesn't have a felony or isn't dangerous to receive it, right? That we should pass that. Shouldn't it be that somebody can go to the courts and say, we should be able to get an order, say this person stay away from guns? That all makes sense. Here's the thing. Right now, we are in a spot where, as Representative Fraser said, Representative Hiltzley said, you've got a lot of my fellow Democrats understanding there is no reason that weapons of war need to be on the streets of our community killing our kids. Absolutely no reason for that, right? No reason for that at all. No reason for high-capacity magazines that can be used as part of those weapons of war. You know, I hear people saying, well, people kill people, but guns don't kill people. And it's true, right? That in the end, a person pulls the trigger. Boy, you can kill a lot more people with an assault weapon, as we've seen. There's a lot more people. And we know that there were 4 shootings in 24 hours and in Minneapolis, just ending with the Annunciation shooting. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. So in addition to Representative Fraser's question about, if not now, what is the time, I might also say, what is your solution? First, is it acceptable that children be killed this way? I would hope everybody would say no. Is that acceptable? No. Certainly not. So then the question is, what do we do? Do we arm teachers? Are you insane? No. Do we put armed guards outside of all of our schools? What are we going to do about that? No. Now, do we need to invest more in mental health? Sure, absolutely, right? And by the way, it might be good if we didn't cut the taxes of billionaires and defund our mental health. Maybe we should actually invest in mental health in this country. We agree with that, right? But ultimately, we need to get back to the fact that it's about the guns. With an assault weapon, you can kill a lot more people. So what I will tell you is, this building, that is your building, that is your house. Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? So what you need to do is go to your legislators and first make sure to lock them in, right? I'm pretty sure if they're a Democrat, they're going to be, but you should make sure you talk to them. You are their boss. You talk to your employee and make sure to lock them in. Right? You're their boss. And then you go to other folks and go to your friends and your family around the state and say, no more, no more, no more, and have them talk to their legislators and continue to put pressure, keep coming back to this building again and again and again, and to say, the solution is we need a ban on assault weapons. The solution is we need a ban on high-capacity magazines. Heck, we could use some safe storage and reporting of lost or stolen guns as well, it seems to me, right? And an Office of Violence Intervention. Keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, and we'll have the same result that we did with those other 2 bills. We will change the culture, we'll change the policies, we'll change the laws, and we will do the thing that we are required to do, number 1, which is to keep kids and the community safe. Let's keep at it. Thank you, friends. Thanks for all your work.
Hey, all, State Senator Doran Clark out of Minneapolis, and want to say that the Senate DFL stands with the House DFL as well. We all know we don't want to be here today, and it's pain that we have to be here. Dave laid out the plan. Dave laid out what we need to do. I've only been in the Senate now for 6 months. In those 6 months, I heard the excuses over and over and over. Let's try this, let's try that. And every time they would ignore the main piece. It's the damn guns. So when Dave said go have those conversations, remember that you're going to hear, well, let's work on mental health. Yes, let's work on mental health. And then pivot to, remember, it's the damn guns. You're going to hear, well, harden the doors, harden the targets. From what? The damn guns. So over and over when you're having the conversation, pivot it back to what you've heard. These high-capacity magazines, these weapons of war, these guns. That's the commonality in all the shootings that we see. So please, make sure you're moving your feet and reminding them that it's the guns that have done this. Thank you.